Так, всем привет, продолжаю проходить The Alters. Лабораторию построить.
Rid of you. Hey man, you're clearly angry. Meaningless small talk will only make me more angry. So maybe we can talk about something meaningful. What calms you down? Punching that smirk of yours would definitely do the trick. But if you really need to know, walking it off, I guess. Easy to maintain, aren't you? That's me. Simple life, simple needs. There's something I gotta tell you.
Hey, you wanted to talk about something?
Yeah,
What is it?
I need something to, keep me going. I feel like shit.
What do you mean?
The arm that I lost in an accident. It's weird, but it hurts. I mean, fuck, it hurts.
Wait a minute. Isn't phantom pain supposed to work the other way around? Like, if you had an arm and then you lost it, then it hurts.
What? I don't know. It's your arm, not mine. Damn, everything is so fucked up in here. I am not some kind of wimp, so if I say it hurts, it really fucking hurts, alright?
Okay, calm down. I believe you.
All right, so you know there's only one way to deal with it, right? Numb the son of a bitch.
What are you talking about?
Painkillers, what else? Tramadol, hydrocodone, codeine, or that shit you doped me with before. That should do the trick.
What? I'm not giving you any more of that stuff. It's too strong.
Come on, bro. I'm not a kid. I know what I'm doing. Spent half my fucking life on painkillers.
That's exactly why I'm not giving you more. They're highly addictive, and I don't want your head messed up.
Oh, come on.
This is probably just a psychosomatic problem. You're still in shock after waking up with a different body.
Psycho what? Just give me those goddamn pills.
No, it's all in your head. Just wait it out, and I'm sure it will pass.
You know what? Fuck you, sadist.
Jan Dolsky. Finally. I've been impatient to meet you.
Yeah, sure. You that big fish Lucas was mumbling about?
Terrence Maxwell. But yes, I am both his and your superior at mining operations. First of all, my heartfelt condolences. Losing the whole crew must have been hard on you.
Yeah. I still can't get over it.
Their families have been informed. They're grief-stricken, as you can imagine. But the deaths of their loved ones will go down in history as part of a pioneering discovery. Your discovery.
So, do people know I found rupidium?
We're keeping the news within a very limited circle. It's only wise for the time being.
Limited circle, huh? Bullshit. The public has a right to know about such things.
I like your passion, Jan. You're an honest man. But you're under enough pressure already. We don't need the media to go berserk or the stock market to overreact. We don't need chaos down here while all our efforts should concentrate on supporting you up there. Your task is difficult enough, and failure is not an option.
That's why you had me create my altars? You'd rather let me lose my mind than lose the rupidium?
It was a long shot, I admit. But we were saving both. Rupidium and you, Jan. Do you think it was a mistake?
I have mixed feelings. Sure, it's better to be alive, but I feel like a line's been crossed.
You certainly have a chance to experience something extraordinary. Many people would envy you.
Let's just get one thing straight, Maxwell. I know you expect things of me, but I'm no hero.
Ah, heroism. Are you familiar with the works of Albert Camus?
It rings a bell. Didn't he make that old game about rats or something?
You're probably talking about The Plague. Close, but it was a book. One about humans, too. Camus believed heroism was easy, accessible. For him, it was living a normal man's life that was a true challenge. Being decent. Doing the right thing. You are the first person to prove that we can actually excavate rupidium in quantities that can really make a difference. A dream the biggest corporations have been chasing for over a decade now, constantly failing. You say you're not a hero? Well, maybe I don't need you to be one. Maybe you should just carry on being a decent man, Jan Dolsky.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad. Thanks.
Of course, I would lie to you if I said your work is done. You've probably noticed how different rupidium looks in reality than on the training materials they showed you.
Why is that?
It changes form constantly. Its chemical structure is so volatile that it is almost impossible to capture two particles in the same state. A fleeting substance. Spectacular. But also very unstable.
So, you're afraid the rupidium I found might not withstand the journey?
I know it won't. That's why we came up with a special container for it. An ark.
You mean like a box?
A hermetic module dedicated specifically to storing and transporting rubidium. We have blueprints for it. Lucas should send the necessary data over to you by the time we finish talking. Constructing a rubidium arc should be your primary focus now.
Listen, you're very convincing, but I'm afraid I just won't have the time to do it. I need to find a way forward before the sun comes up.
You're losing faith easily. Look how far you've come. You survived the landing. You found rubidium. Then you branched yourself and managed to get the base moving. Would you really be happy with yourself if it all went to waste?
Waste? Wow. Is that what you consider saving my life?
Your life, my life. Let's face it. All it is a predetermined string of events, distorted with myriads of random, meaningless decisions. We spend centuries looking for some kind of sense in it, some kind of meaningful pattern or recipe. Still, no satisfactory answer comes. Until, once in hundreds, maybe thousands of years, a chance appears to make a leap in our understanding of reality.
What can I say?
I don't know. But whatever you make of it, let me bare my soul to you. I think these are rare moments that matter. So, enough talking. Lucas said you had questions. Is there anything you'd like to ask me?
What will happen to my altars when we get back?
I don't know. Yet. I don't need to tell you this is unprecedented. There are no good practices here. But I know one thing. You can trust me and Lucas completely. But if anyone else contacts you, it's absolutely vital you don't tell them anything about the existence of the altars.
What? Why?
You know very well why, Jan. The law has been violated.
I thought Lucas said the branching was authorized.
You haven't been listening. There are no procedures for this sort of situation. There is no one who can officially authorize such an act. At the end of the day, it was your decision to branch yourself. It will be in your best interest to keep that in mind when considering the consequences.
I don't like the sound of this.
And we will come back to it later, I'm sure. Right now, I'll have to leave you shortly. Is there anything else?
Do you know what happened to my crew?
Lucas showed me the records. I have a theory, but it's more of a hunch. I don't have any hard proof to support it.
What is it?
Well, I think it might have been the quantum processing unit that killed them.
What? But that's... No, that's crazy.
Do you read detective stories, Jan? The culprit always needs to have two things. A motive and a means. Well, it certainly had a means to do it.
But why?
Like I said, it's just a hunch. I'm afraid I won't have much more time for now, Jan. Do you have any other questions?
The branching procedure. There's a story there. Tell me.
It is something that has been tested long ago within Ally Corp. But for completely different reasons and, as you can imagine, in a much more rudimentary fashion.
Altering mind records? For whom?
I'm sorry, Jan. It's highly classified and I already told you too much. I think you deserve answers, but regarding this matter, like I said, things were tested just for a while. Not much came of it. Now, I'd love to keep on chatting, but I really will need to be ending this call soon. Do you have any more questions?
No. I'm good.
Rapidium Arc, Jan. That's what you should focus on right now. Your secret is safe with me and Lucas. Once you come back with a remedy for Earth's ailments, nobody will think of punishing you for how you got it. Remember, just do the right thing. Now, I really have to go, but it was a pleasure talking to you, and we will talk more, I promise. Until then.
Hey, how are you feeling? Well, I'll be damned. You okay? Surprisingly okay. Especially considering what I'm seeing. Very clearly. Good. Do you, remember your name? Of course. But... I think you know perfectly well who I am. So let's not waste time. Just tell me, how much did you find? What? How much Rapidium is there? Did we get a breakthrough? Yeah, you bet. There's a lot of it. Good. That's good. Wait, how do you know? Well, isn't it obvious? I wake up seeing someone who looks and sounds like me, which has to mean we share the same DNA. Then there's the glasses. What about them? They're fake. Probably just manufactured to make me feel more like myself, but completely unnecessary otherwise, because here I am with perfectly good eyesight in the womb module, which could only lead to one conclusion: that my body was created to replicate someone who doesn't wear glasses. You. And to do that, of course, you would need to have found Rapidium. Besides, I can see no other explanation for a sheep inside a space base. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wow, you're right. It's impressive. I did create you out of my DNA. We're not identical, of course. I can see you're not as quick to process information. And that's the interesting part. Yeah. Our bodies are the same, but our minds are not. I needed a scientist on board. But there's always a scientist on board. So, what went wrong? The old crew is gone. They're all dead. That's why I needed to alter myself into different versions. With the use of the quantum computer on board and something called mind records. Oh, I see. A recalculated mind based on an infinite amount of variables to contain the desired consciousness in a biological vessel. That actually sounds plausible. So, what do you need from me now? You have to get our research lab running at once. We need to make some improvements fast if we want to succeed. Then I guess the sooner I start, the better. You're right. Why don't you start with going through the mission logs? I need to get the full picture first. My thoughts exactly. Good. This might work. Hey, Molly. What are you up to, little rascal?
Our own greenhouse, huh? Never thought I'd...
Should I resolve this? So, how are you? Settling in all right? Settling in is overrated. I analyze reality from wherever I am, however uncomfortable the angle. There's always an observation to be made. I'd love to hear what you managed to observe. This place is not run optimally. Yeah, I know. I wasn't trained to command a mission. But now that you're here, with your experience, I'd love to pick your brain. Do you think you could mentor me? Good thinking. First of all, you need to set long-term goals and draw up a roadmap for each of them. Remember to include all unpredictable variables in the equation. That way you can have contingency plans at the ready for each instance. All right, slow down. Prioritize resources. Do not waste time on idle conversations with the crew. Hide the booze. Don't be cheap on coffee. That slow enough for you? Hey, you've just crossed out every team-building exercise on my list. The people are there for the mission, not the other way round. Truth is, I really wish we could make use of the tech I worked on for all these imaginary years. It would make things so much easier if it existed. So what exactly was your research about? Nanotech in space exploration. We went from a humble startup to making headlines in a few months. Taking our solutions to the front line was my dream come true. The data we could bring back. You had big plans for it. Well, now it's all gone. Turning it over in your head won't get you anywhere. You should focus on the work you need to do here and now. I never thought I'd say it, but yes, you're right. Let's get Rapidium back to Earth, and maybe later, we'll see. How's that phantom pain of yours? Are you feeling any better?
No, I'm not. It's not going away.
Huh. That's not good. Maybe you would benefit from a proper timeout in the infirmary?
Yeah, I'll sure appreciate it when the next surge of pain gets me.
And I'm telling
Man,
you,
I'm
this
telling
is
you,
the
we
least
need-
important of our priorities. You have got to be kidding me.
Rid of you.
I can see that you're angry.
Just leave me alone.
Come on, let me help. What do you usually do when you feel like this?
I don't know. Go to a bar, I guess. Nothing better than a bottle of cheap, lukewarm beer, am I right?
If you work hard, you gotta party hard, right?
You know it. Looks like we're low on rad filters.
Come see me. I'd like to draw your attention to something. I'm done here. Should I do this now? I'm done here. Should I do this now? So, did you find a solution to our problem? Yes. It's super simple. We'll build a bridge. Oh, just like that? Well, it can't be a regular bridge, of course. We don't have the time nor the manpower to accomplish that. However, there is a certain technology that came to my mind, superconductive bridge anchors. They could allow us to quickly span a light but durable construction across our obstacle. Wow, great. Sounds exciting. Yes, but... Oh, here we go. Cut out the sarcasm. It's not my fault this excursion was prepared by a dilettante. Blueprints for the anchors should be standard equipage for every mission since Project Versant went live, but not on this one. They should fire the logistician, if there ever was one. Tell me about it. It's so typical of Ally Corp to send people on a mission and then leave them stranded without proper equipment. I hope you're not feeling sorry for yourself, because we need to act. You are in touch with mining operations, right? Yeah, I am. Why? Next time you talk to someone from mining ops, tell them to send over the anchor blueprints from Versant. Once we have them, things will go back to super simple. You'll see. All right, will do. Not getting any connection from mining ops. Any idea how I can ask them for those blueprints? Didn't they push you to mine rubidium? Report getting the job done, and someone will turn up. Trust me, I know how this company works. Okay, thanks. What the fuck? Did you just chop your arm off?
What's it look like? Fucking prank. I had to get rid of it.
But why?
Because it wasn't just in my head. It was real. Real pain, and I ended it. Like you couldn't. Just fuck off.
At this time of day? This is not good. I better get back inside now.
Jan, did you notice we're running out of repair kits?
What is going on?
radiation spike is scary. I better check on the filters. Rid of it. Command room's down. What next? Hello, Molly. How's the grass today? You know, sometimes I wish everyone was as easygoing as you.
I'm done here. Should I do this now?
Rid of it. Hey, man. Can we talk? It's over. We made it.
Come see me. I'd like to draw your attention to something.
You wanted to talk? Yeah, the magnetic storm. Quite a ride, huh? Tell me about it. Glad we're out of it. For good, I hope. Hope is the mother of fools. If you ask me, it looks like recurring magnetic storms might be a thing around here. We should think about how to prepare in case another one hits us. Any ideas? Actually, yes. Tell me. Well, it's pretty obvious that during emergencies, the base relies heavily on existing supplies, right? Right? That means we could use a smarter way to manage our production, to make sure we have a stable backup of all the crucial stuff. That would be nice. Well, listen to this. I found something in the manuals. The procedure we could set up. It's called Uphold Production. It lets you choose any item you want to produce. Let's say a radiation filter, and establish the amount of it you always want to have at the ready. Whenever you have less items on stock than you need, new ones will be queued for production automatically. Just like that. Huh. That sounds like it could spare us a lot of micromanagement. Exactly. Try it out and maybe we won't die because someone forgot to make mush. You wanted to discuss something?
Yes. That moron who amputated his arm for no reason. Can you believe it? At a moment like this, we can't afford to have unproductive crew members on board.
Not much we can do about it now.
Well, we have to do something. That's why I wanted to talk. I could fit him with a prosthetic arm.
That's a great idea. Don't get beside yourself. It's a standard procedure in such cases.
Of course, I'd need a little time to tweak the details. Just assign the task to me and I'll know what to do. Have no doubt, if we want to meet our targets, we'll need a miner on top form.
this? It's triggering the alert in my suit. I need to learn more about this thing. I do this now?
We were supposed to get quality food. Why are we still eating that shitty pulp?
Oh, stop whining. Mush is an efficient source of energy.
You wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, our one-armed friend. I've heard the scientist wants to give him a prosthetic arm to make him more productive.
Yeah, and make his life easier.
You seriously concerned about how he feels? Because if you are, then you probably realize he didn't self-harm for no reason, and a prosthetic won't necessarily solve the problem.
What are you saying?
You might want to consider a different solution, more sophisticated and compassionate.
Compassionate?
Yeah, well, I was thinking, Rapidium speeds up organic growth, right? And since you created us, our whole bodies from just a DNA sample, can't you use the same technology to recreate a single limb? Oh, sure, so that the miner can just cut it off again? And what if he doesn't? Look, I know he felt that pain before, but what if this time you gave him his arm? One that would feel like a part of him from the very start. Show him that you believe he deserves a second chance.
How can you be sure the pain won't come back?
I can't. But something tells me it won't, because the problem is not really in his arm.
All right, I'm listening.
Poor bastard's insecure as hell. Changing that would be a big deal.
And how would you go about it?
I'm sure the scientist could figure out a way. He's too efficiency-driven to commit to it, but I know you could push him to make the extra effort.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about the miner's arm again. What's there to talk about? The solution is simple. A prosthetic arm.
I was thinking, what if we try to use Rapidium to grow it back?
Now, why would we want to do that?
To experiment with this fascinating technology?
You know what makes me tick? And it is tempting. But the timing, not so good. We're here for a simple reason. Mine as much Rapidium as we can, and bring it back to Earth. Everything else has to wait.
So, you're telling me you can't do it?
I didn't say that. All I said is that a prosthetic arm is a quick and reliable solution. This treatment you suggest is time-consuming and highly unpredictable. Not to mention, we'd be wasting Rapidium. But of course, I can cope with any task you assign to me. It's your call. I found something peculiar on the planet. What exactly was peculiar about it?
Everything. It was like a local distortion of reality. And it seemed to be emitting strong radiation.
Yes. We could have expected to come across something like that sooner or later, according to reports from previous missions. Unidentified sources of radiation, unexplained electromagnetic field anomalies, distortions of matter, space, or even gravity.
What are they?
According to a bold theory fleshed out by Professor Frankov, they may be instances of the so-called integral.
The what?
Integral. In very simple terms, it's a non-coincidental superposition of potential universes. We don't know exactly why it occurs, but observations prove that under certain, not yet specified conditions, two or more parallel landscapes can coexist within a common quantum field, creating a so-called proximity plane.
Seriously? And you believe in such crazy theories?
Just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's crazy, Jan. If, and I stress if, Professor Frankov's intuition is right, then the distortion you have encountered could have been a puncture point, the spot where the proximity plane intersects with our observed universe, subverting its physical balance and distorting the rules of Newtonian mechanics. We need to learn more about these peculiarities. Inform me at once if you come across another one.
gotta wait, huh?
Hello, Dulski here.
Jan, tell me you did it. Tell me you have the Ark.
I did it.
Well done. Now, all we need to do is bring it home safely. Are you making progress with that obstacle of yours?
I'm still looking for a way out.
Well, I don't want to cause panic, but you better hurry.
I'm gonna need your help.
What can I do for you?
I need blueprints for superconductive bridge anchors from Project Versant.
Versant? But how do you know about that?
I took a wild guess.
You just went and guessed the name of an aborted scientific program you had no right to know anything about?
Aborted? Are you sure?
Yes. Project Versant was terminated years ago due to lack of satisfactory results.
What? Didn't they come up with some tech useful for mining missions?
No. How would you even know what they were unless an alternate version of you was somehow involved in it? Is it possible that someone from your crew remembers a non-existing technology? That's amazing, Jan. You do understand what I'm saying, right?
All I'm hearing is that you don't have my blueprints.
No, I'm sorry. They simply don't exist. But there is still something we can do.
What's that?
I have an idea. It's a long shot, but it might be all we have. Project Versant did leave behind unfinished drafts. Crisscrossed formulae, discarded calculations, the usual scribbles of a scientific stream of consciousness at work. For what it's worth, I'll ask Lucas to send it over to your terminal. Maybe that resourceful altar of yours can put it to good use.
Oh, okay. It's better than nothing, I guess.
I have to say, Jan, I'm beginning to see more and more potential in this situation of yours. I hope we speak soon. Good luck, as always.
Hello, Jan. So, I have news about the anchor blueprints you asked for? I certainly hope so, because I just saw something come in from mining ops, and it looks like a bad joke. Did you precisely ask for bridge anchor blueprints? Of course I did, but this is all that bunch of amateurs was able to give us. Random odds and ends of unfinished research? I find that hard to believe. This looks more like the musings of a madman than serious work. No. Give me the real thing. I'm not touching this parody of a prototype. Look, I know it's not perfect, but I believe in you. Just think, they came up with this thing only because you existed. It's gotta mean something. Well, if you put it that way, I can try.
Так, что ж, будем уже проходить в следующий раз.